Hello, good evening. It's News 360 from the News Hub here at Adesawe Kanda. I am Portia Gabo.
I am Alfred Okanse. Coming up tonight.
News 360 headlines is brought to you by Deluxe Acrylic Paint, Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil,
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste,
and Apa Foods.
My Life Insurance.
Tonight, minority resolves to file fresh motion when Speaker of Parliament Alban Sumana Kingsford-Bagwin returns after challenging First Deputy Speaker's ruling, who set aside the motion on 2022 budget, which remains deadlocked.
Also tonight, NPP to disqualify aspirants who campaign and display paraphernalia at upcoming National Delegate Conference.
Tonight in the bulletin, we have reactions on the mandatory vaccination of travelers.
In business news tonight, Africa Continental Free Trade Area puts in place dispute resolution mechanisms to ensure disagreement over its implementation are swiftly resolved.
And on the international front, UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has warned of Omicron spread as first death confirmed. We have sports and entertainment as well in the next 60 minutes. We're live on TV3 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV, channel 279, all across the world on 3news.com.
We first begin from Parliament, and a decision on the 2022 budget remains in the balance due to a disagreement over the controversial e-levy. However, the minority has rejected suggestions that the opposition is part of efforts to frustrate the Akufo-Addo government. We bring you more from Parliament.
A three-week debate between the finance minister, the majority and minority continues over the contentious 1.75% e-levy planned for implementation in 2022. As a result of the entrenched positions held by the majority and minority sides, the Asantehene Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II urged Parliament not to frustrate the work of the executive in its role of implementing policies.
If we are good citizens, we have to pay our taxes. We elect people to represent us to make sure there's some equilibrium in what governments do. It is to our good that our representatives in Parliament subject the national budget to the most rigorous scrutiny to call for changes. Governments must always also have the humility to acknowledge and embrace useful inputs from all sources. But our representatives need to also bear in mind that it is not their role to either determine policy for the executive or to frustrate them from performing their legitimate duties.
The Asantehene's comments justified the need for taxation. But in a response by the minority side, led by Muntaka Mohamed Mubarak, he insists that it is not the objective of his side.
With a greater respect to His Majesty, I come from Asante region, and I'll be the last to show disrespect to the king. Unfortunately, we have rules in the house. We have processes that we follow. We cannot abandon that to say that the illiterate will have to wait till 4 years to be able to exercise their franchise. That's why within the 4 years, 4 budgets will have to come. That's why within the 4 years, 4 State of the Nation will have to come. That's why within the 4 years, loans will have to come, agreements will have to come. When they come, it is our responsibility, representing them, to do what is right. So we are only doing what we are supposed to do. We can assure His Majesty and all the pastors and imams, the opposition or the minority, we are not here to obstruct government business.
Although the minority insists that negotiations on the e-levy has collapsed, the majority, particularly the finance minister, said they remain committed to resolving the impasse.
Meanwhile, the minority in Parliament has also served notice to file a fresh motion when the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagwin, returns. The group has also challenged the First Deputy Speaker's ruling, which set aside the motion on the 2022 budget, which remains deadlocked. Addressing the media, the minority chief whip, Muntaka Mubarak, also accused that the First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Jose Wusu, of bias.
We are of the firm belief that if you look at order 80 or 81 of our standing orders, that talks about the steps that you take to submit a motion, and order 82, that clearly says even you who submit the motion, once it's moved and seconded, you cannot withdraw it unless with the leave of the House. How can a speaker purported to, after a motion has been moved and seconded as reported by the vote and proceedings, go ahead to make a directives? And we thought that we were given an opportunity to correct that mistake. Failure to do that, now, in our view, he's leaving out with no other option than to wait for Mr. Speaker himself to return, and then we'll exploit that avenue. Well, obviously, when Mr. Speaker comes, we'll take this matter up to possibly submit another motion on this, because we believe that his decision or refusal to admit that motion was very biased.
Still on Parliament, the Trades Union Congress has called on government to dialogue with the House to review or drop the electronic transaction levy. According to the TUC, the levy, including other taxes in the 2022 budget, will worsen the plight of workers. Deputy Secretary General of TUC, Joshua Ansah, was addressing the Ghana Mine Workers Union in Accra.
A budget that has possibly divided our lawmakers. A budget that is threatening to divide the whole country into partisan. A budget that, if care is not taken, will bring this country to its feet. It's something that we must all be very cautious when we are making statement, or when we are making any statement on it. That is why you can see from the comments the TUC made that we are not taking position, even though our members want us to make a position. But the basis for which we should make that position is something that we are thinking of. In this country, the country has been polarized by two parties, NDC and MPP. Whatever position you take, you're either an MPP or you're either an NDC. So, brothers and sisters, we came out carefully and strategically to call for further discussions, deliberations, and dialogue on this very issue, which is currently going on. And I have no doubt that after the deliberations, after the consultations, something positive will definitely come out of that, so that workers of this country will be relieved of our additional burdens.
We're going to keep an eye on the happenings in Parliament so that the expectations of workers and you, the Ghanaian people, on this 22 budget obviously will be known as the days go by. But into politics now, aspirants who campaign and display paraphernalia at the NPP's National Delegates Conference to be held in Kumasi this weekend will be disqualified. Communications Director of the party, Yababe Asama, made this known at a news conference in Accra. Lord Edwasari reports.
Ahead of the National Annual Delegates Conference this year, NPP Director of Communications, Yababe Asama, has indicated that all forms of campaign for aspirants have been banned. Indeed, he says persons who flout the order or directive stands the chance of even losing their qualifications.
Our posture is not to drive straight to sanctions. Our posture is that we expect people who want to lead an organization to be sensitive to the needs of that organization. As at now, the need of the New Patriotic Party is not for a change of leadership. Our current leadership has a mandate for the next 3 years. Our need is to empathize with Ghanaians, mobilize Ghanaians around the concerns of the day, and drive forward with Ghanaians to look for solutions together and implement those solutions the government is offering. Ultimately, you can be disqualified from contesting for the position you seek.
So far, about 38 proposals have been tabled before the party. Now, Mr. Yababe Asama says that among other things, the decision or proposal to make ex-MPs delegates will be discussed, and by the end of the conference, a decision will be reached.
All the proposals that have been forwarded will be debated and either accepted or rejected. So those 38 proposals will be put to debate and they will be rendered in legal form. And then any of that set that is approved will go into the Constitution.
Head of COVID-19 Task Force and Presidential Advisor on Health, Dr. Insiansari also added that delegates who fail to take the jabs would be sacked.
Any delegate who is coming to the conference without having been vaccinated will not be allowed onto the grounds of the conference. If you don't come without any vaccination card, genuine one, which he will check, you will not be allowed onto the conference grounds.
The National Annual Delegates Conference, which is being held from Saturday, December 18 to 20, will be on the theme, Our Resolve, Our Determination, and Commitment to Ghana's Development.
Meanwhile, delegates of the ruling NPP will have to vote among several proposals that made voting rights of former members of parliament into the party's electoral college. TV3 has gathered the party's Constitutional Review Commission has accepted the proposal pending delegate affirmation. William Evans Inkum has been speaking to the secretary of the caucus of former MPs on what this means to the group.
Over 6,000 delegates are meeting in Kumasi to decide on various proposals made before the Constitution Review Committee of the ruling New Patriotic Party. One of such proposals will be former members of parliament's inclusion into the electoral college system. That will mean an expansion of the electoral college. For now, the Constitution Review Committee of the MPP has accepted that particular proposal. Collins Owusu Amankwa, former member of parliament for Mensah North constituency, is the secretary to this particular group.
So we deem it fit that as people who have served in our capacity as members of parliament, and we are still contributing our quota to the development of our cherished party, we feel that the time is ripe for us to be accorded same as delegates, and therefore we've made some amendments proposal.
How confident are you that the delegates will affirm these particular proposals that you have tabled before them?
We met as a group, and mind you, I'm the secretary to the group, that members must re-engage their respective constituency. They should engage the constituency executive committee to, as it were, throw more light on our proposal for them to see the need to accept it. So we strongly believe that definitely they're going to do justice to our petition.
On the issue of billboards, the party's decision remains unchanged. William Evans Inkum, TV3 News, Kumasi.
Otoyo, we're going to be there during the delegates conference in Kumasi. We have a strong team that'll be there to bring you all the exclusive interviews here across Media Journal platforms. So stay with us. But away from that, the Ghana Health Service and the Ghana Airports Company have also stepped up measures to ramp up COVID-19 protocols in the wake of the Omicron variant outbreak. Travelers are to provide proof of full vaccination, while airlines will be fined some $3,500 each if any unvaccinated passenger is brought into the country. My colleague Judith Awachi Tando was at the Kotoka International Airport. Let's come through with this report.
COVID-19 protocols at the Kotoka International Airport have been scaled up. The Ghana Airport Company and its new set of aviation guidelines spelled out a surcharge of $3,500 for foreign airlines which fly in unvaccinated travelers. This is in addition to the Ghana Health Services Directive, which requires travelers 18 years and above to provide proof of full vaccination. At the Kotoka International Airport, a traveler explained the process is worthwhile.
I really appreciate the way it was done and the way they handle it like it's professionally handled. This is quite impressive, and I think it's a step in the direction to help curb the COVID pandemic. In fact, this is not only for Ghana. I think globally, every country should do what Ghana is doing now. If all the countries emulate Ghana, the pandemic will not continue to ravage the globe.
The intervention is set to be rolled out from December 14th.
Meanwhile, a US-based Ghanaian virologist, Dr. Sebastian Eugenatha, has questioned the science behind the mandatory COVID-19 vaccination of passengers at the Kotoka International Airport. He tells TV3 the mandatory vaccination will not stop the importation of the virus into the country.
In Ghana, for instance, when we're kids, we all took some form of vaccination, so we have to use what we have, the information we have, to convince people to get vaccinated than forcing them to do it. We already have a lot of conspiracies, that we are fighting against. So making these things mandatory can push that conspiracy agenda. If you are taking the Johnson & Johnson, you need 1 shot, and only after 2 weeks that you become fully vaccinated. And then if you are taking the others, you have the first shot and the second shot, which is about 3 weeks apart. And then 2 weeks after the second shot, you become fully vaccinated. And even with the Omicron, you need a third or a booster. You are talking about people coming into the country, you give them the first shot. When are you going to give them the second shot? It doesn't make any sense. So when you vaccinate someone who is coming into Ghana for 1 week, you vaccinate them the first time. When or why? How are you going to catch them to vaccinate them on the second one? What is the science behind mandating vaccination at the airport? What are you trying to achieve? Are you trying to prevent them from getting sick whilst they come to the country, or prevent them from bringing the virus into the country? If they have the virus and you believe that the testing at the airport is right, which I believe it is, why do you have to vaccinate them? If you are vaccinating them because you think they have the virus, and once you have the infection already in you, actively, vaccine is not going to do anything. Okay, so what you have to instead do is that you have people in the country vaccinated against those who will come into the country, then you can prevent your people in the country. That is what we have to focus on with the limited amount of vaccines we have. But with this directive, I don't know the science that is informing it, and I'm against it strongly.
Well, to stay on this particular tangent of questions being raised about this mandatory vaccination, the communications officer of the NDC is saying that he will challenge the Ghana Health Service at the Supreme Court for its decision to make vaccination compulsory for all travelers living and visiting the country. According to Samin Jemfi, the directive is an affront to the fundamental rights of Ghanaians.
We are saying that if people want to take it, they should be allowed to take it. But if people don't want to take it, they should also be allowed not to take it. Vaccination should be by choice and not by force. And where it is going to be by force, it must be reasonable. The science should show that the vaccines have been approved. They are largely safe. They are largely effective. Okay, that is the only situation that you can force somebody to take that. By the end of next week, together with other like-minded individuals, lawyers, public health experts, medical doctors, we'll be challenging this illegal fiat, because it is not even supported by an executive instrument from the minister. We will be challenging it in the Supreme Court, and we will also be mounting robust advocacy and resistance, okay, in the media space, in the public space, against this. The fact that other countries in the Western world have accepted it doesn't mean that we will accept it here. Even with the high number of COVID cases South Africa has recorded and the COVID deaths, they are saying that we will not do compulsory vaccination. Cyril Ramaphosa is saying that. Brazil is saying the same thing. How much Ghana? How many COVID cases have we had? How many COVID deaths? There are more diseases in Ghana today that kills more people than COVID. And there are even more effective, more safer vaccines in Ghana today. Polio vaccine, the mumps vaccine, the measles vaccines, more effective, more safer, because they were developed over a long period of time, tested, tried, and all that. Yet even those vaccines are not forced on people. How much COVID vaccine?
Let's turn our attention to road safety, and drivers and commuters plying the Accra-Kumasi highway are demanding the immediate dualization of the entire stretch. For them, the intervention would, among other things, curb the numerous road traffic accidents.
The Accra-Kumasi highway links the southern part of the country to the north and the landlocked countries, namely Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Although some sections have been dualized, a greater portion remains a single carriageway, prone to crashes due to its meandering architecture. Although road crashes cannot be prevented completely, dualizing it could prevent head-on collisions, which are a major contributory factor to road fatalities in the country. The news team chanced on an accident at Densu Junction.
Me from behind and a motor also in front of me. I made a U-turn and I saw a car inside the bush. So I stopped quickly to rescue the driver. Then another driver driving a car approached me to ask whether I'm the motor driver he's driving along with. Then I told him, no, it is not me. To my surprise, I saw a motor and a guy lying on the roadside. So I rushed to call others to help rescue the motor guy. In the process, the other driver said to me, he doesn't know whether or not he's the one who hit the motor rider with his car. The road is not in good shape, and there are no lights on it as well. And if you do not have proper lights on your car, you won't be able to see clearly. The road is not in good shape.
Boa is a driver who has been plying the stretch for many years.
We come at speed ramps without any signpost. Also where there are speed ramps and street lights, we do not see the ramps clearly because these lights are installed just on top of the ramps, which becomes very difficult for proper identification for drivers.
Construction work on the Nsawam Apegua section of the highway started in March 2016 and was expected to be completed in 2019. Its completion date was revised to January 2013, but currently only 65% of the 31.7 kilometer project has been completed.
Well, Enterprise Group has handed over a 3-story classroom block to the Bishop Mixed Junior High School here in Accra. The 2.5 million cedi facility is to promote education by providing a conducive teaching and learning environment.
The new facility with 9 classrooms, a computer laboratory, a library and a 3-bed infirmary will accommodate more than 200 pupils. Headmaster of the school, Reverend Father Cyril, ought to express gratitude to the Enterprise Group.
We used to have an uncompleted structure, which was becoming gradually a kind of death trap. In fact, you could imagine when it rains, water floods the classrooms. It has come as a blessing to both staff and students. We're also looking at maintaining the highest form of discipline in the school.
Group Chief Executive Officer, Enterprise Group, Kelly Gachipo, noted the project is to promote education in the catchment area.
It is our way of giving back to a community which has hosted the Enterprise Group head office for many, many years. Steadily, we have been driving social transformation through our social investments. We're very happy to have contributed to meeting the Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which aims at ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promoting lifelong learning opportunities for all.
The construction of the new classroom block is but one of the many corporate social investments carried out by the Enterprise Group.
Still live here on News 360. We're live on TVC Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, all across the world on 3news.com.
We have business news coming up shortly. Do stay with us.
Zoom right here in my house. Hey!
Look up there. Why are you using inferior pen?
It was a mistake. I no check.
Acrobat2, I'm going to knock you out.
I know, sir.
You deserve quality.
Don't make mistakes. Stop!
You did the right thing.
When you are going to buy a paint, don't look left, don't look right. Go straight and grab the luxury acrylic paint. No be any paint, be paint.
The luxury acrylic paint.
Paint me champion.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calcate Toothpaste. Wow. I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Kel Kids, happy smile.
Get digi with it. Get digi with it. On your mark, ready, set, let's go. CB, G Mobile, USSD, Young Co. Star 924 hash. Banco the go. Smartphone no, young phone no. Ever fire money transfer. For 3 water bill, for 3 light bill. Factor credit. Star 924 hash. You deserve it. Let's go. Get digi with it. Star 924 hash. Get digi with it. Star 924 hash.
CBG is empowering you to get digi with CBG Mobile. Simply dial star 924 hash and get digi with it.
CBG, we stand with you.
Can you picture? Jack, boy, I don't know.
Is that not your wife?
Every time your children are falling sick, you don't have money.
Stop, everyone! Baby. What's setting me up for tonight? You know I like that sweet-scented insecticide spray. You know, little bit of porch. Now do we have in living room hall? Bedroom what you hear? Me love you, me baby. Of course, I take very good care of my wife and children, so I always win. If you want to protect your family against mosquitoes, there's still this sweet scented perfume coil now. I repel mosquitoes. I know my we say baby. And the spray also sweet scented. It kills all crawling and flying insects. Heaven insecticide. Oh, sharp no. When the badamoshi, prevention is always better than Maunsanka or Heaven insecticide spray. And in the coil, if you say heaven dear.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the
It's the season of gifting, and Samsung is making you the offer of the season. Look cool and feel good when you step out this Christmas. Get your crystal clear sound from your favorite artist and HD quality screen pictures and movies. Yes, you can have it all.
I love football. Football can be a dirty game, on or off the pitch. Even when I'm trying to score at a party, stains find a way of tracking me down. But I don't worry at all, because I have Cleansoft. Use new Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, a unique formula with active ingredients and enzymes that gets rid of all stubborn stains and leaves your clothes smelling wonderful. Cleansoft, my favorite. Cleansoft 360 Deep Clean, clean all.
Be on top of your game with Visa. Pay with Visa and win a 2-night staycation for 2 at a luxury hotel. AFCON is proudly brought to you by Visa.
And Edru Meso, some dear Busian Shiamuyen. Omo Mujaje at dear Bia obey, no so baba hobby.
I was there who did run to school for Frogun.
Sam Mom Soto.
Debbie's sister, want to mend sister.
I was say we could draw and she Bia obey. Impos and Nipanina when Yaji. Emum. Adia bakwa wenyi na jitum ne waduane no dead and ni shampa pebia and what the draw womb.
Any fair any said your paste in a pea. Now you the fiber and the vitamins I can't want tea. Tasty Tom and rich tomato mix me busiani in Ediania ed de. As Sansoma or ding.
Tasty Tom and rich tomato mix. Strength comes from within.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN,
Piccadilly Biscuits,
Roma Insecticide Spray and Coil,
West Hills Ridge Property, Eden Heights,
Camel Buy and Fly.
Hello, good evening. It's now time to bring you the latest in the world of business. My name is Della Michelle. And of course, we are beginning with the Secretary General of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, Wamkeli Meni, who says dispute resolution mechanisms have been put in place to ensure disagreements that arise as a result of implementation of the AfCFTA are resolved swiftly. He spoke with Alfred Okanse.
If the AfCFTA was 30, 40 years into implementation, there would still be similar challenges. If you look at the experience of the European Union, if you look at the disputes relating to trade within the EU, a single market, I think we must not expect that there will not be disputes. What we should expect is that, do we have a system of resolving those disputes to be consistent with obligations that countries undertake? Second, we have a dispute settlement mechanism that will be invoked where a specific country has a reason to believe that they have been injured and that a violation of their rights under the agreement has taken place. That's what the dispute settlement mechanism is there for. But I wouldn't want us to expect that because of the AfCFTA, there will no longer be trade disputes.
And this was an exclusive interview that Alfred Okanse had with the General Secretary of AfCFTA. It can be found on all media general platforms. But away from that, the Bank of Ghana has justified increasing the policy rate by 100 basis points from 13.5 to 14.5%. Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. Ernest Addison, was speaking at the 2021 Annual Bankers' Dinner.
Dr. Ernest Addison explained that inflationary pressures are becoming embedded in most advanced and emerging market economies, with potential implications for the current supportive financing conditions driving the recovery.
The above developments inform the Monetary Policy Committee's assessment of the emerging risks and threats to inflation, particularly as these supply-side constraints become embedded in the general price setting behavior. To prevent the potential risk of de-anchoring inflation expectations in the outlook and undermining the price stability objective of the central bank, which has underpinned and supported the broad-based recovery that we have experienced so far, the Monetary Policy Committee raised the monetary policy rate by 100 basis points.
Yasmin Wah said a lot needs to be done to closely monitor the potential risks to the economy.
The economic outlook for 2022 is positive, although there are some potential risks which should be closely monitored. In particular, the uncertainty surrounding food prices, petroleum price adjustments, and the potential second-round effects of these are likely to exert inflationary pressures in the outlook.
The 2021 Annual Bankers' Dinner of the Chartered Institutes of Bankers was on the theme, the digital economy of Ghana, the strategic role of the banking industry.
Let's bring you more stories as the 21st clinic has been adjudged the outstanding herbal-based clinic of the year. This follows the health facility's efforts and contributions towards quality healthcare delivery.
The recognition follows the inauguration of the Special Sciatica Research and Treatment Center, fully equipped with modern facilities to provide complete healthcare to patients. African Regional Magazine, organizers of the award scheme, also awarded and recognized more than 100 most influential individuals and corporate institutions on the African continent. The Chief Executive Officer, Dr. Blessed, expressed gratitude for the support and contributions towards the growth and development of the health facility. 21st Clinic is a special sciatica research and treatment center fully equipped with modern facilities and provides quality health care to patients.
And that's all the business news we have for you this evening. There's more business news available on 3news.com. My name is Della Michelle. Sports news is next with Juliet Baywa. Stay with us.
There are many ways to get around, but there's only one way to pay.
Momo?
Sure.
So many styles to choose, but there's only one sure way to pay.
Momo?
Yes! There's so many you can buy, but there's only one sure way to pay.
Momo?
Yes.
Fish that to share my enemy.
There's so much variety, but there's only one sure way to pay.
Momo, come on, Yamu.
There's so many ways to get together, but there's only one sure way to pay. Got a payment to make? Use MTN Momo and enjoy real convenience in all your financial transactions. Live life the brighter way with MTN Momo. Just Momo it. We day for you, everywhere you go.
UMB was established in 1972 as the premier bank for the corporate and private sector in Ghana. From our very beginning, as the only Ghanaian bank serving all categories of businesses, we set a standard for excellence and innovation. Over the past 45 years, we've built a financially healthy and strong bank, demonstrated our commitment to our customers and to growing businesses, and exhibited originality and innovation at every turn. At UMB, our focus is built around people, service, products and technology. These are the key to our present success and our future triumphs. At UMB, we're poised to make a difference not only with our customers, but also in the banking industry. We invite you to share in our future. Our future starts now with you.
Freedom. It means different things to different people. To some, it was that speech back in '57. To others, it's the sounds and vibes of the land, or simply sharing in sweet and memorable moments. To us, freedom means doing it our way. Introducing our limited edition Freedom Tabs.
Grab yours and enjoy the taste of freedom.
Fun nice, still so nice. This advert is FDA approved.
Glovo is the app that brings you anything you want, like some crispy chicken and ending the day in a big way, or what you need from the supermarket right away. Order a Glovo and we'll deliver.
The groom is sick.
What?
Malaria.
Malaria. Lufat. Lufat.
Injija wohoma malaria enka won to them. Lufat, a malaria drop a cope.
And now you may kiss the bride.
Entrance Pharmaceuticals and Research Center. And I Lufat. Lufat, a two malaria sententem. FDA, Ashasa, a Jedi Kratway Ajatum say.
Royal Aroma and Mofo Frana Banukrania Nibi to say iron, vitamin B3, B6, B9, B12, and a zinc. So, ro and mono predodo Saint Crana one noir, and Modian in Rono and Frimo. Yeah! And we drew. What the bag no cohen?
Debbie met to me, Amaso, made a German number 4.
New Royal Aroma Fortified Rice. And Yamau, and you were Busia. FDA, a Jedian Kratua Atum.
What do you see? A couple of keys? Well, yes, but we see the value beyond that. We see the keys to your family road trips and the keys to where your kids sleep at night. But regardless of how much we value our homes and cars, most of us insure just our cars. Introducing Homeprehensive, a single insurance policy for both your car and home. Get Homeprehensive from Vanguard, because when it comes to insuring your car and home, for boom.
Electromart sells brand new and authentic brands only, like LG, Sony, Broom, Samsung, Panasonic, Philips, Midea, TCL, Orient, Tamashi, Solatech, Kaiser, and a lot more. Now, this is what customers say about Electromart.
I shop at Electromart because they offer guarantee and warranties on any product you buy from here.
Electromart sells quality product and they offer excellent after-sales service support.
Electromart, your world of electronics.
Shed your Roma to me.
Tonton master, a bay yejumanamo. She's so madahati. Roma insecticide spray at that Roma. Entafre, entatia, make a cheha. No way. Jamekunu and Tonton Bako crown panel. And also a pussy. Roma insecticide spray and mosquito coil. I'm out there with a show. Roma,
Roma and Tonton Master.
Sports segment is brought to you by
Cal Kids Toothpaste,
Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to the sports segment here on News 360 with me, Juliet Bilwa. To our very first story, and a technical error saw UEFA declare the original Champions League last 16 draw void. Manchester United were drawn to face Paris Saint-Germain, but will now take on Atletico Madrid. The redraw also leads to PSG versus Real Madrid, and Liverpool will also play Inter Milan. Manchester City draw Sporting Lisbon, while Chelsea will face Lille. Right, so we stay on the issue that dominated today and the drama that unfolded. And this subject, we have been speaking to Rob Harris of the Associated Press, who has been unpacking what has been quite an eventful day in European football.
United were wrongly drawn against Villarreal when they couldn't face them because they'd already met in the group stage. Then United weren't in the pot of teams available to face Atletico Madrid. UEFA messing up the balls in the pots, and ultimately they blamed an external software provider and managed to absolve themselves of blame. But what it ultimately means is perhaps one person who isn't so happy, the Real Madrid president, Florentino Perez, because it's now Real Madrid who face Paris Saint-Germain in the last 16 of the Champions League. And if we thought sport was confusing with the rules and regulations at the Formula One season finale in Abu Dhabi, well, UEFA managed to add to it, although they managed to resolve the situation pretty smoothly and cleanly, as it were, because they took a swift decision that, as murmurings were starting to grow about whether or not the draw was even credible, they decided to go all over again. So now we have the new lineup for the last 16 of the Champions League, which will be played across February and March in the new year.
Now, with some 4 weeks before the Africa Cup of Nations, Nigeria have announced the appointment of former coach Augustine Eguavoen. He replaces Gernot Rohr, who has been given the sack. And to bring some more context to this, we have been speaking to Nigerian sports journalist, that is Colin Udo.
The expectation is, okay, he's just using it to prepare them for the World Cup qualifiers coming up in March. So, to be honest, I think this is actually the first time I think Nigeria will be going to an AFCON tournament with, the very minimum expectations, which would be just get out the group stage and, make it to knockout rounds and maybe even manage to get into the quarter, since now we have a round of 16, so probably I think right now, I think the ceiling, I haven't spoken to the guys at the Federation yet, but I suspect that maybe the ceiling is a quarterfinal ceiling. So if it does quarterfinal, that's fair enough, and then just come back and get ready for the World Cup qualifiers.
Now, away from that, and as we start off the week, here is everything that happened over the weekend in our 3 Sports Weekend Rewind.
Hello and welcome to the 3 Sports Weekend Rewind. My name is Kelvin Olswanta. It wasn't a good weekend of action in boxing for Ghanaian Richard Comey as he was beaten by Ukraine's Vasily Lomachenko, who continued his bid to reclaim the WBA, IBF and WBO welterweight titles. The 33-year-old knocked down Comey in the 7th round to go on to secure victory by unanimous decision, scoring a wide margin on all 3 cards in his favor. In Central Africa, 4-time Africa Footballer of the Year Samuel Eto'o was elected president of the Cameroon Football Federation FECAFOOT on Saturday. The former Cameroon striker won the election with 43 votes from members from FECAFOOT's General Assembly, beating outgoing president Seydou Mbombo Njoya, who got 31 votes. In Europe, the biggest game of the weekend, the Madrid derby, saw Real Madrid continuing their 10th consecutive win, beating neighbors Atletico Madrid to go 8 points clear of Sevilla at the top of the La Liga. Karim Benzema and Marco Asensio scored from Vinicius Junior supplies to give Real Madrid maximum points. Now in Formula 1, Red Bull's Max Verstappen snatched his first Formula 1 title by beating Lewis Hamilton on the last lap of a thrilling season finale in Abu Dhabi. He then had to wait a while the Britain's Mercedes team had to protest against the result, which was later rejected by the stewards. That's a wrap for the 3 Sports Weekend Rewind. My name is Kelvin Olswansa.
Remember, there is more sports at 9 p.m. on Sports Station. That's your sports here on News 360 with me, Juliet Biwa. Good evening.
But if you blue, I said about sugar crab.
Yeah.
But your blue house, we are
minty.
That is how you want that blue biao. Not the cross him. I want you to go to your food now.
See, I'm here, maybe I found one.
Who feel now so much law? Where blue? Blue color na pa I white. Where they say fanya wayo.
Na say na me book am ye painti fie nyina.
What painti that way?
Painti fie.
Oh no so faka down for paint. Ama o fie na dan chameleon house. E change color every season.
Enunti na Ghana for. Ahwe Ghana for ho. Aye Ghana for paint. Agatex paint. Agatex.
Paint papa. Say you blue ah. You blue. Kaka bi na o here. No dan na come on. The was so cost cra.
And the Agatex the pass do engagement now. Let's move ba mama Agatex. Akese no.
We dey move for bro nya ho kaka.
Oh, aso ole sa.
Hello.
Yes, Daddy.
Oh, Siti.
With your voice, no teaching my okay.
I can't live without
Talk to me.
Daddy, the money.
Oh, yeah. I'm in short to Hanya Sankitu.
Oba money for you now that you'll be able to me.
Papa.
Have you real phone?
Yeah, may I my wife?
Who is it?
It's your Beneto. You think slave queens are cheap?
Oh.
Just use ZPay to send me 1,000 Ghana cedis. After all, the charge is only 5 cedis.
No problem. Come inside. Surprise visit.
The money.
Okay. ZPay mobile money. ZPay.
Oh, thank you so much. Don't mention. I can even use the same ZPay mobile money to pay my bills. Now let's
dial *270# to pay all your bills with ZPay mobile money.
ZPay Shatumu Direct.
Pepsodent Nature Essentials, charcoal, and lemon essence restores natural white teeth, herbal extract for strong teeth and healthy gums, antibacterial toothpaste that protects you and your family, because every smile matters.
Mama!
Meow.
And I can't stand it!
Just a moment. And now power, huh?
Yeah!
oye Jack Macron no mo enti you twana kase de hare yo kontomre wodokni tomato sauce wo no ye bebre and a sardine for box with salad here ayo stew ana jollof na betina mwa that don't know it though to that and the ball wofia o meti bani ye dewa je wanna pass soy sauce check for you sir o mo ye tasty and the big beans for the breakfast na so salad no o shey and the tuna we can parfum na so salad no o taste good and the pan dairy creamer for box with so kinsi oats na cremitino yawo and the spaghetti Talia Papa B. Mansunin Sijadu Re. Nafa and a spaghetti no gum. Who and a patalia no I am ready for watching on you with you. So I no pa no so good.
Dem de ruboyi ebie ahwehwem ajatu.
Introducing new Sunlight 2-in-1. It gives you burst, after burst, after burst of long-lasting freshness. New Sunlight 2-in-1 for burst after burst of long-lasting freshness.
See, you gotta have a smile, no matter what it takes. Then you gotta take perk down, love the way it tastes. Feel the perky buzz from your toes to your face. You gotta take perk down, perky it today. Say oh, 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 oh. You gotta take perk down, perky it today. Say oh, 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 oh. You gotta take perk down, perky it today. Say oh, 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 oh. You gotta take perk down, perky it today.
Perk up anywhere, even at home, with the rich milky taste of Peck biscuits. This advert is FDA approved.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Vodafone, Awake Purified Drinking Water.
Tonight in this segment, Mentor X contestant Tina Adu says music is an essential feature in her life. For her, music is more than just a form of entertainment. It's her ride or die. After an impressive round of performances, Tina says goodbye to the Mentor X reality show after her impressive performance and a duet with former Mentor contestant Ellie. She has resolved to continue doing music even after her eviction, since she strongly believes this is not the end of the road for her. Her eviction leaves 7 gifted music talents to battle for the ultimate. We'll be right back with international news.
We ask Orca customers, why do you shop at Orca?
Okay, so for me, it's a no-brainer because I can easily find everything that I need right here in Orca. I mean, look at this, feels luxurious but yet affordable. So that's my reason.
There are thousands of reasons to shop at Orca.
And for me, this is why I shop with Orca.
Visit our new store and find yours.
Water gives life. Water is life. Enjoy the pure, refreshing taste of Awake purified drinking water, which comes in a uniquely designed bottle with a lemon green tap. Water is your perfect way to stay hydrated. And remember, for every bottle you buy, an amount will be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center, Ghana. Awake purified drinking water, one for life. For bulk purchase, contact 0262 351 251.
This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
It's the season of gifting, and Samsung is making you the offer of the season. Look cool and feel good when you step out this Christmas. Get your crystal clear sound from your favorite artist, and HD quality screen pictures and movies. Yes, you can have it all.
Freedom. It means different things to different people. To some, it was that speech back in '57. To others, it's the sounds and vibes of the land. Or simply sharing in sweet and memorable moments. To us, freedom means doing it our way. Introducing our limited edition Freedom Tabs.
Grab yours and enjoy the taste of freedom.
Fun ice, still so nice. This advert is FDA approved.
Bronya is coming. Who is your Santa? Bronya is coming. Where is your Santa? Your friends are getting money. You are so broke. Ekoso, 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 for the phone. Ekoso, 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 for the phone. Ekoso, 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 for the phone. Your friends are getting data. Don't you wait.
This festive season with the Vodafone Kosu promo. Claim your share of 2 million Ghana cedis worth of prizes in cash, airtime, and data whenever you recharge. Earn red coins after every top up and dial *533# or go to my Vodafone app to redeem your reward. No draws, no sign on. Oh, be a winner. Terms and conditions apply. Vodafone my Santa Edri Joe Kosu.
Up next is international news.
UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson has warned of Omicron spread as first death confirmed. Boris Johnson said the new variant was also resulting in hospital admissions, and the best thing people could do was to get their booster jabs. Health Secretary Sajid Javid told MPs Omicron now represented 20% of cases in England. From Tuesday, people who are fully vaccinated will be advised to take daily tests if they are identified as a contact of someone who has COVID.
Well, go on to 3news.com. There are more stories in there for you. Join me and the rest of the team tomorrow morning from 5:55 a.m. to 10 a.m. on 3FM 92.7. I am Alfred Okansi.
And I am Portia Gabo. Good evening.